We're here in the McBride tiny house. We lived in this thing for about 6 months and it was pretty crazy. We're talking 3 kids, 2 adults, and a tiny space. And it felt tiny, it was tiny, but it was good. It was a good learning experience. And after that time, we went ahead and bought our homestead that we call 20 Acre Farms, and that's what we do our vlogs about. All of that is done here on 20 Acre Farms. And we have kept the tiny house on our property. We kept it plugged in, and we maintained it. And so now what we have been able to do is family is moving back to the area, and so we are going to be able to allow them to live in the tiny house. And so that's a really neat deal, and I hope it really works out well for them. So it's spring cleaning here at 20 Acre Farms, and we are gonna clean this thing out. It's gonna smell good again. It just kind of smells musty. It's been, like I said, it's been plugged in and maintained that way all winter, but not lived in. So it just needs to be lived in. And so that's what we're doing here. And I just wanted to give a little tour of the tiny house so you can check out what's going on here and what we're doing. Door and a neat little round window. Whatever, not round, but a little window up there in that loft, and that would be the bathroom window there that you're looking at. And as you come into our entrance here, it's all laminate flooring. Like I said, we're doing cleaning. We got the vacuum out here. We placed these IKEA shelving units in, and they worked out really well to have these cubes in there. These cubes are by 31, and they fit perfect in those IKEA shelvings and just worked out really nice. Gave it a clean look. You can put a lot of stuff in there and just kind of place it in there, but it keeps still a clean look there. We had these shelves built, and then we just screwed them in, and that worked out well. Up here is one of the lofts, the floor to one of the lofts, and those are the trusses or whatever holding that up. Here's the door to the bathroom down here. We're trying to clean in here too, and just an itty bitty little sink here. No bath at all, so that could be something that if you're looking into the tiny house deal, that's this thing that you need to decide. Are you gonna take up the room for a bath, or are you gonna just do the shower? And we did just do the shower because one thing is the cost. It kept the cost down quite a bit. So there's the shower, little sink, and then we opted on compost toilet here. This is Nature's Head composting toilet, and works out really well. You've got this is airflow here, and how that works is the bin that your coconut coir or whatever peat moss, whatever you have in there, that airflow is powered by solar fan, and then it keeps any smells from coming out into the tiny house. Actually, what we found was after leaving this vacant all winter long, when we got in here, the best smelling part of the whole house was the bathroom, because all you smelled was that coconut, and it smelled really good. So another IKEA buy here is just this little rack, and then all these hooks that you can put towels on. You can put little baskets on from IKEA, or 31 makes really nice baskets that fit on here well. And here's the IKEA little basket that you could use some toilet paper there. So that's the bathroom there, and that works out really well. just for knowledge of what we're dealing with here, looking at 204 on this tiny house, and it's small. One nice feature is that this is a jackknife couch, I believe they call it, and so you can lift up the bottom and it folds out into a bed. Really easy, but just a nice feature to have something change into from a couch to a bed. Total in this tiny house, we have 12 windows, and that makes the whole tiny house feel a lot bigger than it is. So I would recommend, highly recommend, putting lots of windows in the house. It also has really good airflow. And with saying the airflow thing, you know, it takes nothing to heat and cool a tiny house because of the size. And so here we have it's a Pioneer air conditioner, well, heat pump. That's our air conditioning and heat. But the nice thing about this tiny house is it's insulated with hemp, I believe, and it's just insulated. I mean, just absolutely packed in there, and it holds the coolness so well, and it holds in the heat in the winter so well, and just does a really great job of everything, I think. Up here we have the master bedroom area, and there is really a lot of space. Now we have a mattress and box springs there, but if you were to put the mattress on the ground, on the floor level, you could easily sit up, not hit your head, no problems there. We did have more of those cubes on this side. We've taken out and used them in the house that we're living in now, though. But that would be kind of your storage along there. And so you do have a little bit of storage. There's no really closet, though, in this particular tiny house, so that would be something to consider if you're building one or looking at buying one. That storage obviously is at a premium, and there's lots of people putting storage in lots of different places and doing a very good job of figuring all that out. So we are here in the kitchen of our tiny house, and there's a couple things I want to point out here. We got our fridge, and it's actually a pretty decent sized fridge, but I think it is basically a standard apartment size fridge and freezer. We have a fairly nice sink area there, and then this bar is that IKEA bar, and that worked out so well because you could either put the little totes that hung so well on here, or the IKEA baskets and whatever that we could buy there. There is some shelving up here, some space to put stuff there. So there's two uppers there. There's the lower below the sink. Then we have a 3-drawer, and that bottom one is really fairly deep, and it's a nice drawer. So we got the 3 drawers, the little drawer, and then the place here to put maybe. We had pans in there, things of that nature. Also, washer and dryer, how does that work in a tiny house? The washer and dryer compartment is actually right here. And it worked out plumbing and electrically. It was the best place for it to go was here. There's a couple of reasons why that works nicely. For one, underneath works good for the plumbing, but you can see here we have the 120 for the unit, and then the hot and cold water. How this would work is you would have your standard camper washer dryer combo setup. And why would you put it in your kitchen? Well, there's really no place to put a washer and a dryer and still have place to fold and sort your clothes. And so it just worked out well to have your washer dryer here, and then your tabletop would be cleared off, and you would do your folding and sorting here. And we just had, Bethany's got a really great bin system for after the clothes are washed, and the kids just take their bin into their room, and then they separate. Now they have a closet space for their clothes, but before they would just use that square tote and they would take it up to their area and it would just stay there. And so that's how you would do laundry here in the tiny house. 3-burner stove, and then just a itty bitty little oven, but it does work. And actually it'll burn just about anything well, seem like. So our windows here, all of them are like this. Really nice little windows that move well, have screens, just a good deal there. Breaker panel. So here's the breaker panel. Lights, receptacles, main coming in, and there's really nothing super duper challenging or different about breaker panels there. Another thing to have in a tiny house is a fan. You gotta get air movement, otherwise, boy, it gets stale so quick. So a fan is a really nice feature, and I would put that as a must. So that is our tiny house. If anybody has any questions about what I didn't cover in this video, just leave a comment below and I'll get back to you on that. But nothing to it. Simple, works well.